Thank you for that lovely welcome. I have had quite a hectic day since coming down to London this afternoon. I've had meetings and interviews and everything. In fact, I haven't felt this important since the doctors said I was going to be a special child. Apparently, this gig is being filmed for the news. My parents are also in the audience. So please can someone remind me not to say the word cunt. Before we go any further, let's deal with the elephant in the room. And I don't mean that fat man I've just seen going to the toilet. I know what you were all thinking when you saw me come on stage. Don't worry about it, it's fine, it happens all the time and I'm used to it by now. You were thinking here comes another wanker with his iPad. You'd be mistaken. I'm a disabled wanker with an iPad. The difference being that I paid for the iPad with my benefit money. Don't tell David Cameron. He still thinks I can't walk, still have bad eyesight, and have a problem with my bladder. Unfortunately for those closest to the stage, one of those facts is actually true. There should be a bucket down there somewhere. Please, could one of you hold it for me in case of emergency? I'm usually a pretty good shot. Cheers. Let's face it though, Dave isn't a big fan of disabled people. I'm sure he thinks I'm going to wake up one day and not be disabled anymore. Or maybe even hopes I don't wake up at all. I think I just found your level of humour, London. You bunch of sick bastards. It kind of gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling that I disappoint Dave every morning. The posh fucker. In case you were still in any doubt, I really am disabled. It's definitely not just really good acting. And I'm not just in it for the parking space. I lost my voice when I was very young and I haven't found it since. Don't you just hate it when that happens? I've looked everywhere for it. Down the back of the chair, in the washing machine, everywhere. On the bright side, I did find the television remote control, £3 in change and a used rubber Johnny. When I realized I'd never be able to talk again, I was speechless. I began to try to communicate through the medium of dance. A bit like Strictly Come Dancing crossed with Give Us a Clue. People just thought I was taking an epileptic fit. It also got very confusing in nightclubs. I realized that my own voice doesn't really suit me. I look young, trendy and down with the kids, but my voice sounds like it belongs on a children's storytelling program. You may be wondering why I chose to sound like a posh version of RoboCop. Let me demonstrate.
The alternatives were not much better. I didn't really want to sound like this.
And I really didn't want to sound like this. Und sprechen mit einem Akzent Deutschsprache nicht hinnehmbar.
I do need to set a few things straight. Firstly, I'm not drunk and this is actually how I walk all the time. Despite what embarrassed parents might tell their children when they ask awkward questions as I walk past. I did spend 8 years as an alcoholic in a vain attempt to correct this issue, thinking that if I drank enough, I'd walk straight. Turns out it just aggravated the bladder issue further. Sorry again to the front row. Secondly, I am not related to Stephen Hawking in any way. However, I do hate the way people take the piss out of the way he speaks. I can really sympathize with him. I hate that we have so many politically correct words to describe disabled people now. When I went to school, I honestly went to a school with spastics in its name. They certainly knew how to make us feel good about ourselves. Now it's all special needs, special schools, Special Olympics. I don't know what the fuck is so special about me. That is why it always alarms me when I hear about special forces going to war. The last thing we need is a bloke taking on an epileptic fit because he has been watching too many rockets flash up into the sky. Or someone with asthma trying to run away from the Taliban. People have often asked me why I want to put myself in a position where everyone can stare and laugh at me. The truth is that it happens to me every day anyway. At least this way there's a scheduled time and place for it. I like to think I'm providing a public service, which is more than the government is doing at the moment. Of course, I do it because I want to be famous too. I think everyone does, really. I started off in a disabled steps tribute band. We were called Bamps. That was a bit of an uphill struggle. I used to often think about going on the X Factor just to see the look on their faces when they realize I can't actually sing, or dance, or talk. I don't wonder about this anymore. The X Factor auditions came to the area recently, so obviously I went along to see what would happen. I thought I could be in with a chance, because Gareth Gates became successful despite his SSSSSSSS. Choosing which song to sing to the judges was hard. Shout by Lulu was an obvious candidate, as was Don't Speak by No Doubt. I also considered doing Around the World by Daft Punk. In the end, I went for I Believe I Can Fly. I'll be honest, I never even expected to reach the judges. Surely someone would question how the fuck I was going to sing it. I did feel a little bit bad for wasting their time. Not much, though. I am a bastard. I could see straight away that they were very confused when I walked in. The look on their faces as I began to sing was priceless. Especially as I started to sway along to the words as well. Unsurprisingly, they rejected me without even raising a smile. In fact, they still didn't smile as I walked out and asked them if it was because my voice had sounded too flat. However, I'd like to play you a clip of what I think would happen if I did go on the X Factor. Give me a second to find it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to face the music. Famous in 6 million countries, 2 million records sold in Nigeria, 32 number ones in Botswana, 320,000 albums sold in the Ukraine, 36 number ones in Iceland, banned from 65 international territories, declared a public nuisance in 23 British cities, the butt of over 100 jokes in the United States of America alone, recently released from prison. He fell out of the ugly tree and hit every damn branch on the way down. Don't say I didn't warn you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Lost Voice Guy.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think that I can go. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Ladies and gentlemen, I can be a Lost Voice Guy. If you find my voice, please contact me on my website or on my Facebook page. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Goodbye.